Hi, my name's Johnny, and today we are doing something a little bit different for this channel. If you're new to this channel, then please take the time to like this video and subscribe. If this isn't your first time here, then you'll know that I flippin' love a bit of overdrive for distortion on bass. Now, I found myself with 3 different drive pedals in my possession currently, so I thought it would be really interesting to put them head to head and see which you guys prefer. Firstly, I'll run you through the signal chain of what you'll be hearing in this video. We're starting off with the Sterling by Music Man sub-series Ray 4. Then after going into the drive pedal, we're going into the Line 6 HX Stomp with the Gallien-Kruger head and the SVT 8x10 cabs in. We're going to have a listen to each one individually, and then in a separate video that is linked down in the description, you can check out the full unedited version where I A/B between all 3 of them together. I think the direct comparison is really handy, but I'm also conscious that I didn't want to make this a 30-minute video, so I've put that in a separate video that can be found down below. But let's run through our lineup now. First up here, we have the Aggro from Aguilar. Aguilar. We're going to go with Aguilar. Aguilar operate in the amp world, pickup world, and the pedal world as well, and they are well renowned for all 3 of these. This specific pedal comes in at around £200, but the price has gone up slightly because they've just been re-released in kind of a new package. So they're around £260 if you're buying one brand new in the new branding today. Input and output controls on the top, and we've just got 4 knobs on here for level, saturation, presence, and contour. I've also got the famous Darkglass Alpha Omega. This one was originally designed with John Stockman from Carnival, really high output gain tones, but with this really great twin circuit that you can blend between the Alpha and Omega settings on here. One slightly more high gain, and then one is more subtle and fuzzy. As well as the mod knob, we've also got bass, middle, treble, blend, level, and drive, as well as these 2 switches on here for growl and bite. And these 2 kind of give you a bit of a bass boost and a treble boost when engaged. As well as your standard input and output, we have a parallel output and a DI out as well, so you could just run this straight to front of house. And last up, we have a bit of an underdog, which you might not have heard of, and that is the Black Ice drive from Goliath Effects. Goliath is actually an independent one-man team from England, making primarily drive and fuzz pedals for bass. The black, crackled, almost leather-like finish on this pedal is stunning. It also comes in like a blue and white crackled ice version as well. What makes this pedal stand out is its dual drive functionality. We've got one foot switch for on and off, and another to switch between the drives. One is a more subby, kind of vintage inspired drive, and the other is a more bombastic, balls to the wall drive. So really cool to have two different gain stages built in. Input and output on the top, and the knobs, although you can't really see what they say on here, have got letters on them to tell you what they do. From left to right, we have a mid control, tone control, and a master volume, followed by blend, warp, and gain. The warp is essentially a clipping selection, so you can choose which frequencies are being distorted. This pedal comes in a few different versions. The dual foot switch one that I have here comes in at £130. You can also get it with a single foot switch with a toggle to switch between the drives, and that costs £120, or you can get a slightly bigger version with a DI out, and that costs £150. So let me know in a comment down below which drive you preferred the most. Let's start things off with the Aggro. I have to say, I think this is probably my least favorite out of the three. Despite its bass builder pedigree, I actually think that this pedal was the worst criminal for sucking out the low end, and that is the number one thing I'm looking for in a drive pedal, something that doesn't do this. When I engage a drive pedal, I want it to scream out of the amp and give me essentially like a boost whilst also making a more saturated sound. What I don't want to happen is to be lost in the mix and have less of an impact when I turn this on. That's not to say that this couldn't be used as a tool for a certain sound, maybe in a recording situation, but live, yeah, it just sucks it out. And I think if you're going to use this as an on and off pedal rather than having it always on, I just don't think it's that useful. One thing that I thought was weird was the level knob. When you kind of around this mark here, like 9 o'clock, it's very, very sensitive, and anything kind of before that sounds like you're playing in another room, or it sounds like you're playing through like an old radio. It's just not very clear, and to get that definition, you need the level really high up. It would be really good to have a blend control and maybe a bass control as well. As it's the mid-price point one out of these, yeah, bit disappointing. Now let's talk about the Alpha Omega. I think this is my favorite pedal from Darkglass. Unless you're dialing things to the extreme, I think it's quite hard to get a bad sound out of this. It can do that massive distortion sound, and it's also quite good at doing a very subtle drive as well. If you turn the blend all the way up and the drive all the way down, you can get just a slightly more bitey sound to your tone. Absolutely no low-end loss from this pedal. It is on the expensive side. Now, if you want a cheaper version of this sound, you can get it in the Omicron version, which is about £170, I believe. But that version does come with less features. But if you really like this pedal and want even more features, you can get it in the Ultra version as well. And last but not least is the Black Ice from Goliath FX. Considering it's like less than half the price of the Darkglass, I think you're getting a fantastic deal with one of these. For me, I think I liked it when I dialed back the tone. I tend to like a drive that gives you just a bit more saturation, isn't too clanky. And this pedal can do the clank sound, but that's where I found my favorite tones from this pedal. It's also super useful to have that secondary drive in there, because what I think is amazing is that you can have it as an always on and a temporarily activated pedal, because you can switch between the two so easily. Despite being the cheapest and from an independent company, the build quality is absolutely fantastic. I think my only problems with this pedal is that you have to kind of learn what the knobs do, particularly on a dark stage. You're going to struggle to read that. That's kind of Goliath's thing. So if you can get on board with that, then I think this is a really good purchase. So there we go. Let me know in the comments down below which you think is your favorite pedal. You can check out all of the products I've demoed today via the links in the description. Didn't record a flipping outro, did I? Once again, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.